What's up, boys and girls? I'm going to try and make this as fast and painless as possible because I was partying with people last night and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, so I am about that awake. But unfortunately, up until Sunday night, this is about the only time that I will be on here and get the chance to make this preview video. That light doesn't look good at all, does it? And we're back. And we're talking Extreme Rules, which is tomorrow night. I'm going to give you a few thoughts. Extreme Rules is basically WrestleMania revenge for everybody, isn't it? No new storylines, really, no new bullshit to worry about other than one or two things. But here we go. Layla versus McCool in a hardcore loser leaves WWE match. The hardcore element of that is laughable on levels because we have the PG rating and we have the Divas division. So yeah, loser leaves WWE. I'm at a loss as to which I would care about losing more. I mean, if you want to scrape the bottom of the barrel, Layla is a little better in the ring than McCool, so obviously I'd want her to stay, in my eternal hope that they're eventually going to do something with the Divas division, which they're not. But on the same hand, I would kind of want McCool to stay around, only because when Awesome Kong, or Karma, as they're calling her now, comes to WWE, I definitely want her to be one of the Barbie dolls that she decapitates, as the promotions have been showing us. So it's an 110%. I don't really care for this match. I think it'll be filler. I think it'll be the piss break match of the night. JR and King versus Cole and Swagger in the country whipping match. As everybody has said, this should have ended at WrestleMania. Cole should have either gone away or become a manager or something. But no, they are dragging it out some more and dragging in JR. Here's my thought. Cole's never going to be respectable in the announce booth again. Nobody's going to give a shit what he has to say ever again. So here's my ideal, which is of course never going to happen because ideal shit never happens. Put JR and King on Raw. Leave them there. We like them there. We know what to expect from them there. Fire Cole. Fire Swagger while we're at it, but fire Cole. Have Josh Matthews and Edge commentate SmackDown. That would be fucking amazing. I mean, give Edge some time to enjoy retirement and then bring him back as a commentator. Because, I'm sorry, Booker T doesn't do it for me, and Michael Cole doesn't deserve to be on television at all, let alone 2 shows. So, there's my ideal. I mean, it's just going to be a clusterfuck again of people that could possibly interfere, bullshit that could possibly happen, shenanigans that could possibly... And it's a country whipping match, which means it's going to be like really bad fat people S&M. So again, I don't think it's going to be that great. I think it will be filler. I'd like to see JR and King win, only because I want something bad to happen to Sir Michael Cole. But again, there's no real payday in it for us. I don't know why they're dragging it out. Rey Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes, Falls Count Anywhere. Keeping in mind that Rey got drafted to Raw, they're probably going to end off this feud on a quote-unquote good note by having Rey win. I don't think that does anything for the product because there's no way Rey Mysterio is ever not going to be over. So putting the quash on this gigantic push that they've put Cody Rhodes on now would be stupid, but it's probably what they're going to do. So I'm going to say Mysterio's going to win that, even though I don't want him to. Falls Count Anywhere match, it could be good. It's one of those hardcore matches that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get bloody and gory and whatever, which means it's not totally going to get ruined by the PG rating. But we'll see how it goes. Punk and Orton. Now, I've gotten a lot of flack from a lot of people for saying at WrestleMania this match made the show, and I still say that. And now making it a last man standing match, I'd say the same thing, even more so, only that now the Nexus is back, and the Nexus could definitely interfere because it's a no disqualification type contest, and they're all back from being punted in the head, which is just unfortunate, isn't it? Punk's gonna win, I think. I wanted Punk to win at Mania, and he didn't. Randy Orton won. I was happy with the way he won at WrestleMania, but I would have been happier if Punk won. Punk's gonna win this one, and unfortunately, I think Punk's win at this match will come with bullshit, like Nexus or some underhanded dealings or whatever, which is unfortunate, because he could use a clean victory over a guy like Randy Orton. And once again, Randy Orton, it falls into that Rey Mysterio category of, I don't think he's ever not going to be over, and Punk could use the boost. Yeah, so long story short, after all my rambling, Punk to win for me. Christian versus Del Rio is going to break my heart. I and people that think like me got off really lucky that Edge won at Mania despite the push they're giving Del Rio. I don't think we're going to be that lucky again. They are pushing Del Rio down our throats. There's two things that would lead me to believe that Christian would win. One, because Del Rio has gone to Raw, and nobody in the Raw title picture has been drafted to SmackDown, so they're not going to do that bullshit where there's two titles on one show and then somebody cashes in Money in the Bank and blah 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 blah. The other being that it's a ladder match. The other being, the sentimental element being that Edge was Christian's friend, and if Edge can't be there to be their champion, Christian should have the title. And Christian is one of the most underrated talents they have right now. They need to pull that mythical trigger and give him the title. So yeah, it's sentimental, leans toward Christian. Logic, unfortunately, leads to Del Rio in some respects. I hope it's Christian. That's all I got. Cena, Morrison, and The Miz in the cage. I don't want Cena to win. I don't think Morrison's going to win, so I'm going to go with Miz on this one. It's more of the Miz-Cena story with John Morrison thrown in instead of The Rock. Not much you can really say there. Now, I heard in somebody else's video that they've thrown on Sin Cara versus Sheamus. It's not on the site. If it is on the show, I won't mind seeing it. I don't know how they're going to book it, because they've got Sheamus on a slow rise back up to where he was, and they're trying to push Sin Cara as the new sort of different talent in WWE. So who do you want to not give a push to? I think, as much as I like watching Sin Cara, I think if they hand him a belt in this first month there, it's going to be the same mistake that they've made with a lot of people in the past. On the other hand, I don't want to see him get squashed by Sheamus, because then his entrance into the WWE kind of gets squashed and the excitement gets squashed. So I don't... if Sheamus versus Sin Cara is on this card for Sunday, I'll be happy to see it. I don't really know what makes sense for them to do. Anyways, guys, I probably sound like shit. I know I look like shit. I'm leaving, probably to go back to bed. That's the end of this. That's all I've got. I've been Spaz. Subscribe up there. Talk down there. Let me know what you think. Don't be a stranger, and I will talk to you later.